girlfriend's dog, and I came home, the dog, he messing with stuff, so I went to get him and put him in the cage, and he bit me. So, I picked him up, and I...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crime Circus. My name is Drip Drop, and I'll be your host as always. Tonight, I present to you another Jacksonville horror story. This one involves a man named Otis Anderson Sr. He shot to death his own son, Otis Anderson Jr., and he fired shots at his son's girlfriend as well. And the son was an up-and-coming aspiring football star. He played college football in Florida, and he was on the NFL practice team for the Rams. Anyways, this all started because Otis Jr. was watching his girlfriend's dog. His girlfriend was there too. They were taking care of the dog together. Anyways, on this fateful night, Otis Sr. was attempting to put the dog into a crate. But the dog didn't want to go into the crate, so he smacked it. He smacked it really hard, and the dog bit him. The dog bit Otis Sr. on both of his hands until he was bleeding. Otis Jr. was furious that his father had just smacked his girlfriend's dog. Otis Jr. didn't punk out, and he wasn't going to let his father get away with smacking his girlfriend's dog. So he confronted him, and there was a dispute, some pushing, some shoving. At some point, Otis Sr. retrieved a firearm, and he shot his own son twice. Otis Jr.'s girlfriend retrieved a Swiffer. It's like a little broom, and she started swinging it at Otis Sr. And Otis Sr. fired 2 shots at his dead son's girlfriend, but she survived, and she lived to tell the tale. Anyways, there's some censorship in this video. The victims' names have been redacted, as well as the dog's name. So if you see a little glitch or anything like that, that's just because the name was redacted. The rest of the story is intact. This is an ongoing case, and I'll meet you at the end of this video for case updates. Let's see what this man has to say for himself.
Stand on that wall right there, sir. Face the wall. Copy.
I'm being as easy as I possibly can, man, I promise.
And just stand right up on the side. This is what I want. Right, that's it. This ain't tight for us. We're gonna talk to you about it.
Hey, Mr. Anderson, I'm Detective Dishman. This is my partner, Detective Smith. All night. I apologize for taking you so long to get down here to speak with you. We just had to do some other things before we got down here, okay? I apologize. Before we can get really started into all this, obviously, I only know a little bit about what's going on. I'm trying to clarify some things to get a full understanding of what happened today. Obviously, all that's very important because we all know there's multiple sides to every story. Before I can get a full understanding of what happened tonight, I do need to read you your rights. You're not under arrest at this moment, okay? Because I don't know exactly what happened today. So the place you're at right now is the Police Memorial Building. We call it the PMB for short. Today's date is November 30th of 21, and it is now 2:44 in the morning. I do have to ask a few questions. When I ask these questions, I don't mean any disrespect, but we have to ask everyone these questions. Can you read and write, sir?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medications tonight?
I had alcohol earlier, but
Okay. And when you said you had alcohol earlier, like what, a lot, a little?
no, that was like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Okay. What exactly did you have?
A couple drinks.
Beers or liquor drinks? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a few?
Yes.
Okay. And what about drugs and medication?
No. Other than my metformin.
You're what? I apologize.
Diabetic.
Diabetic? Oh, you're diabetic? Okay. And do you wear glasses or contacts?
Yes. Glasses.
Glasses?
Yeah.
Reading?
No. Distance.
Oh, distance, okay.
And I need them for the help.
And no to contacts?
No.
And do you have any mental conditions that would prevent you from understanding our conversation today?
No, I can understand.
Okay. All right. If you don't mind, and I know you said if you can read it, if you can't, let me know because I know you wear glasses. This very first line that I just put a dot next to that starts with you and ends in Constitution, do you mind reading that out loud for me?
You have your following rights under the United States Constitution.
Okay, I'm going to read each one, and then if you have any questions, please make sure you let me know. Does all that make sense, sir?
Yes.
If you could, just sign next to that X, that's just saying you understand your rights. So, I see your hand's a little dried up blood. Is that an injury?
Yeah, the bit me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that on both hands?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean,
Yes, sir.
it's been a long day. Had nobody told me, I mean, I don't know.
So I can tell you, the last update I had is I have one of my partners is at the hospital and they're still working. So, as soon as I can get an update, I will give it to you.
Nobody gave me no, I mean, I panicked and she passed out and took, so I'm like,
It was fine. I can tell you that. I have not even got a chance to really, because, when the hospital does their that's them. I'm not going to interfere in that. Okay? So as soon as I can get you an update on that, I will. And if my phone, text message or
the most
something.
important thing I want to hear is status on it.
Yes, sir. And when I can get you that.
Yeah, I mean, this.
I get it. 100% get it. And what I'll do is, I can tell you right before I stepped in this room, I didn't have one, but if you, maybe in like 30 minutes or so, I'll reach out to my partner.
Oh, well, one of those.
I know we have bad reception in the hospital too, though, so that doesn't help.
Patient back and forward, just praying,
Yes, sir. Can you tell me a little bit about what happened today? Or you start wherever you think it's important to start.
Well, it all happened fast. First, his dog, I mean, he was dog sitting his girlfriend dog. And I came home, the dog, he messing with stuff, so I went to get him and put him in the cage and he bit me. So, I picked him up, and I put him out, agitated about it, and, so I, he had a few words, and then, he popped off and I'm like, hey, boy, you ain't gonna hurt me, you don't do that, and it happened so fast. I mean, after intervened and he went around, he come around, I walked over, I mean, that's.
I know it's a lot for me to just come in here and be like, sir, can you tell me what happened tonight? So as slow and detailed as we have to go, I guess tell me a little bit about.
All his life, he went to college, and then he went to college, and he was gone.
Okay. And what happened? Like his girl, you said it's his girlfriend's dog. How long has the dog been at the house?
The dog been there a couple of days.
And does the girlfriend live there, or only stay, spends the night sometimes?
Okay.
Okay.
She's out of town.
Okay. So you're trying to get the dog in the cage, he bites you.
Yeah.
And I get it, I would smack the dog too, because it's a jerk action to do that. So I'm not upset that you smacked the dog.
Yeah, he got upset because I smacked the dog and I put him outside, so he got upset, and,
Can you tell me a little bit about, I know you said, what was he saying to you that made you upset?
like I said, it happened so fast, just him being, a young man, I can't recall the exact words, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
but, it happened so fast, and I call it blowing up. He got aggressive, he come through and through the kitchen area, and there's a little gate that he come in, so,
What's going on at that moment?
he charged me.
Okay, and what happens then when he charges you?
I tell him, stop, and
Is he actually in the kitchen or on the other side of that baby gate thing?
he's coming over, he's already past the gate.
In the kitchen?
He's well beyond that.
Okay. If you don't know something, I get it. So what happens then? Just
However, so we go outside, he's down, I start running first aid, I had a mat, so I, try to hold compressions on him, told it, call 911, and start talking to him, and I turned to the side because I heard he, having trouble breathing, so I opened his airway with my finger, and turned to the side so he breathed, and held compressions on him until first aid got there. First responders got there. I stayed there the whole time. They actually, when they got there, they took over and then they cuffed me. But I was to that point, I love him all my heart. So for me to be sitting here, this is like I'm pinching myself, hoping that this ain't true. But just let him, lay there. No, there was no news about that.
I understand. I saw that there was like the bath towels and stuff are out there. So I understand you were trying to help him, okay? When he charged at you, were you guys exchanging words?
Yes.
What was being said? Do you remember?
I don't recall the word, but it wasn't. Let's say it wasn't like, "Hello, how you doing?"
No, exactly. I get that.
So it was a confrontational word exchange. Exact words I can't recall what was being said, but the intent was not I'm gonna shake your hand type situation. So no, she was like, what you just did? I'm like, and she's like, where did he go? I'm like, I don't know. You see, because he jumped over the gate and he ran and because there's another gate. There's a small gate in the kitchen, then there's a little white gate in the foyer. And
I'll read that real quick. I don't know if it's an update or not, so I want to make sure I'm not missing nothing. Okay, no, not yet, sorry. I just wanted to make sure. But there's not a conference pipe at that point?
no, that I recall. Obviously, she's upset that that's still like, what do you do? What do you do? And she probably was hitting on me. I didn't put my hand on her, but I know she probably did. Where do you go? Where do you go? I'm like, I was doing what I could do to try, keep first aid to as much as I could do.
Okay, so do you not recall?
No, absolutely not.
So I'm not gonna. She's fine. I can tell you that. I did have an opportunity to see her.
Yeah,
My God, what did you do? So that would indicate she's not in the way. That would indicate she wasn't quite there.
But like I said, I don't recall her being.
I'm sorry.
Shot.
Yes, sir. Twice. At least it appears to be twice. I'm not no ballistics expert, but the way the wounds are, it does appear to be at least twice. She's fine. She's talking. So you don't recall any confrontation after a shot between?
No, they, everything happened, and we went outside. You know, she was like, what, you know, and
Did you, and I think you said this already, I just want to make sure, did you try to call 911 at all, or call a neighbor or anything? Did you go to a neighbor's house?
I was ministering first aid. So.
Okay. And what's your phone number, sir?
904-307.
And did you ever go to a neighbor's house at all?
No, my neighbors come over. They heard the commotion, so they already was in the yard.
Which neighbor? If you're looking at your house, did he help administrate or anything?
I just told them to, you know, to call 911, you know, and which they had already been done. I'm like, there's anything we do. I'm like, just, you know, stay calm, because they was panicking too. I'm like, just stay calm, call 911. That's what I said to them. So.
Okay. At any point, did they go inside the house? Any of your neighbors that you saw? I know you're focused on, I do get that.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because when everything was going on, I'm not sure if they went in the house or not, because once the responders got there, I was taken in after, I won't say in custody, but yeah, I was placed on, you know, detained.
Okay.
And I was put in the car, so and there was a vehicle in front of me. I couldn't even see my house.
Okay.
Because I was detained, and there was a big white SUV directly in front of the vehicle, so I could not see anything that was going on in the yard or in the house. I know that my garage was open, my front door was open, and when I left, everything was still open. So I don't know who was in the house, who left the house, or who did what.
So earlier though this evening, when the incident happened and the argument and the fight, but after that happened, if any of the neighbors walked in, you didn't know?
I don't.
Okay, that's fair. And did you see any friends or family show up while you were at the scene tonight? Also leaving the scene?
I believe, I want to say I was detained. I want to say that I saw, but like I said, it was dark without my glasses on. I couldn't say for sure, but I believe, you know, that they came to the scene, but I'm not sure. But I believe from looking at, from a distance, looking at the figure, I think that's who it was. But without my glasses, I can't say.
Okay. And a little bit about like each relationship. How's your relationship in general? I don't mean necessarily tonight. I mean like abuse.
Abuse? No.
Verbal, physical.
I
mean, I know bickering arguments of like loved ones, but
yeah, we've had our moments, but it's not, you know, I think it will stay in a situation where that, you know, abuse, you know.
I respect that. I get it. What if
You know,
they have a good relationship? Okay. What?
Shit, I love them.
Oh no, there's no doubt. I don't think. I'm just talking about like kind of. Did you guys get along? Did you guys bicker?
No.
And I mean, like, is there physical abuse, verbal abuse?
No. I mean, it wouldn't, nothing I wouldn't do to them. Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Have you guys ever had any physical altercations in the past?
No.
So tonight was the first time that things went to head?
First time. He's never, you know, talked back or looked at me wrong. I mean, so when he did that, I'm like, I was kind of like thinking, I'm like, what? Because he wasn't raised that way, and I know he's a young man now, but I can't explain it. I mean,
what exactly did he say that made you so upset though? Do you remember? Like, was there a specific phrase, or did he disrespect you, or like?
Obviously it was disrespect, but you know, as far as the word, man, I can't. Everything's in a fog right now, but it was, you know, it was disappointing, to say the least, for him, you know, to take that tone and, you know, to the point where he wants to, get physical.
And when you say get physical, like what do you mean? If you could explain it to me.
Fight.
So he wanted to get in a fist fight, essentially?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you flipping the recliner, is my understanding? Do you remember doing that?
I may have flipped it, you say I flipped it,
Well, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I can't say you did anything.
Yeah.
Do you remember getting upset and flipping it when you were angry?
I don't recall that.
Okay.
No, I don't.
And obviously your son goes this way, like you said he charges you,
Yeah,
can you explain that?
He jumped.
Even if you want to describe it for me.
He jumped over the gate. Maybe I'm talking too much now, but he jumped over the gate and it may sound like it's a big distance, but it's not.
No, I've been in there. It's not that big. Okay. I know it's hard to talk about, I get that. It's not like we're just talking about some stranger that broke into the house, I understand. It's just, my job to understand. And I don't want to ever put words in anyone's mouth. So angry tonight. I know you snapped this dog and put him outside, but is that really what made him so angry?
Well,
it's a dog.
Well, part of it, like I said, his frustration, and he, obviously he's a very talented young man, and he felt some sort of way about it because less talented guys able to keep the job, and so he kind of felt some sort of way about it, and his granddaddy just passed.
Okay. When was that? I'm sorry to hear that, by the way.
Yeah, and that kind of like he just kind of just been just in a slum since that, so is everyone else, but his passion for football, stuff like that, he just I can't explain it, but I know that got something to do with his demeanor and his, just.
Well, I know you said tonight was the first night he actually you guys ever had a moment like this, so. Was it just the dog, or was there more words exchanged leading up to this?
There was some words about that dog, but like I said, he had never been disrespectful toward me or any adult that I'm aware of, let alone me.
Okay.
So,
Is there anything you can think of right this minute?
I just think for him, I don't know. I know a major part of it is the fact that his grandfather passed, and just around the same time he got released from the team. So, and then he started a little job, and that didn't work out so well.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do real quick is, it's been right around 30 minutes. Let me try to go see if I can get an update, okay? And then I'll step back in here. I don't want to keep you waiting forever. So, do you need anything right now? More water while you waited for a few minutes? Because I'm going to have to try to get a hold of him. You might have to step out and talk to me.
Yeah, I can take a little water.
Okay.
So I can take her to the restroom.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me just a second.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. partner got today. This is my other partner, Detective McIntosh.
Sorry.
It took a little bit. We were trying to get an official update, and unfortunately, so there's really no easy way for me to say this, but did not survive his injuries tonight. I know right now you don't want me sitting in front of you, so I'm gonna give you some privacy, okay? I'm gonna be up here, okay, sir?
Mr. Otis, this is Detective Sellers. I'm here to tell you you're being charged with murder and attempted murder on. He's here to photograph your hands, your clothing, and shorts. Then we're going to ask you to change into jail uniform, and he's going to take your clothing. And that's what's going on, all right? And he's just going to give you some directions.
Yes, yeah.
Follow.
Alright, sir, just like you said, I'll take photographs. If you would, I stand up here on the wall, against the wall with your active, please. Yes, sir, very good. I'll take a overall review here. Take a few of these. You hold your hand up like this, sir? Just keep them there. Okay. No injury there. Okay, would you turn over for me? Okay, I think that's kind of good enough. Get some scratches on your chest. I'm just gonna fix some of those as well. Thank you. And then once again, scale next to you. Alright, do you have any injuries on your back or anything? If you don't mind, you look around. No, push your hand if you're okay. I just want to make sure you want anything. Okay, thank you. Alright. Now if you could just slide off here.
Come back to the team. If you need anything, stop and go. Alright, Mr. Anderson. Give you supplies over at the jail, right? Yeah, we do it.
Tracking real quick.
No, we'll just throw him, since somebody can, we'll just throw him handcuffs once he goes take the bathroom.
Okay.
He's
No
been
cooperating.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, you made it to the end of the video, and I'll give you the case update just like I promised. Otis Anderson Sr. was charged with second-degree murder of his own son and attempted second-degree murder of his son's girlfriend. He's facing life in the Florida State Penitentiary. This is an ongoing case, and he hasn't had trial yet, so he's presumed innocent until proven guilty. And he's pled not guilty. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this horror story from Jacksonville. Senior kills Junior. It's another tearjerker case. There was about 10 minutes of super loud crying that sounded like an animal dying, and I had to redact that personally because that was just too much for the YouTube audience to endure. This man let out some sounds I've never heard a human make before. Anyways, as you've noticed, I've been holding my trophy, my plaque, my award in the intro and outro. That's because I'm proud of it. I'm proud of what we've done with this channel. Me and you, the viewer. You keep coming back for more, and I appreciate that. You smash the like, you comment. Some of you even become members and support me on Patreon, and I appreciate that. So yeah, I got the YouTube plaque. Only 0.35% of channels ever get the plaque. Millions and millions and millions of people do YouTube, but only a very small percentage ever obtain this award. And we did it in under a year, Circus Fam. Shout out. Anyways, more true crime interrogation videos coming soon. And until next time, remember to stay safe out there because you know it's a dangerous world.